You think Bigfoot isn't real? Huh, seriously? No? Alright then, hit that like button, because what I'm about to show you will open your eyes wider than you expect. Let's get into the truth you've been avoiding. So, here's the thing. For decades, people laughed at the idea of Bigfoot, the giant, hairy, ape-like creature roaming the forests. A joke, a meme, something parents use to scare their kids at camps. But what if the joke isn't on the believers, but on the skeptics? Because once you start digging, talking to the right people, and looking at documented cases, not fairy tales, but verified reports, FBI investigations, scientific footprints, thousands of eyewitnesses, the whole story stops looking like a myth. And trust me, some of these stories, they will make your skin crawl. Let's start with the facts. The footprints science couldn't debunk. Let's begin with something nobody can just explain away: the footprints. Since the early 1900s, researchers have collected over 2,000 large humanoid footprints across the U.S. and Canada. Not just random marks in the mud, I'm talking deep impressions, 40-60 centimeters long, with dermal ridges, mid-tarsal breaks, and pressure points consistent with a massive upright creature weighing over 300-400 kilograms. These were studied by Dr. Grover Krantz, Washington State University, Dr. Jeff Meldrum, Idaho State University, anthropologist Dr. Darius Swindler, the FBI themselves, 1,979 investigation. Yes, you heard that right. The FBI literally opened a Bigfoot case file. This is real. You can read the declassified documents. Why investigate something fake, right? Even more, many tracks showed flexible mid-foot movement, something humans and bears simply don't have. This anatomical detail wasn't common knowledge until decades after the prints were first found. So, unless a prankster time-traveled into the future, studied primate biomechanics, and came back to sculpt the perfect prints, what exactly left those tracks? Let that sink in. The Patterson-Gimlin footage, 1,967. You know the one. The famous video of a massive, muscular creature walking through Bluff Creek. Most people either worship it or insult it. But here's what they don't know. Hollywood creature effect experts were asked to recreate the suit. Stan Winston, Rick Baker, special effects teams from Planet of the Apes, every single one said the same thing. If this is a suit, it's better than anything we could build at the time. Muscle movement, shoulder rotation, gait, proportions. Nothing matches a costume from the 60 seconds. And the most important detail? Its legs move with a compliant gait like a heavy primate, not a human. That's something people didn't even understand existed back then. Tell me again how a cowboy and his friend magically created a creature more advanced than Hollywood, NASA cameras, and primate biology experts. Exactly. Thousands of eyewitnesses, including trained professionals. Let's talk people. Not drunks, not campers, not hallucinating teenagers. For example, the 1,924 Ape Canyon attack, Washington State. Miners claimed they were attacked all night by huge creatures, throwing massive boulders at their cabin. Sounds insane, except rangers later confirmed footprints and smashed rocks at the site. The 1,982 Oklahoma Deputy Sheriff report. Deputy Charles Nash reported a massive, foul-smelling bipedal creature crossing the road at night. He signed an official police statement. The Klamath River tribes and Hoopa Valley tribe. They have oral histories of the giants, dating back hundreds, even thousands of years. Long before Europeans stepped into America. Ask yourself this: why would so many unrelated tribes share nearly identical descriptions? DNA and hair analysis, real lab results. Let's get scientific. Over the years, dozens of hair samples were tested. Most came back not human, not bear, not elk, not any known animal. A famous case? In 1995, the British Columbia Ministry of Environment tested a hair sample found on a tree. Result: no known species. In 2012, Dr. Melba Ketchum conducted a DNA study. Her conclusions were controversial, but some labs confirmed unusual sequences, mixtures of primate and unknown DNA patterns. And the FBI's declassified case? Their hair sample wasn't from any common North American species either. Again, if it's fake, where are all these unknown animals coming from? Bigfoot screams and vocalization recordings. Have you ever heard the Sierra sounds? They're recordings from the 1,970 seconds deep in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Audio experts analyze them. The vocal range is too deep for humans, too complex for known animals, too powerful for speakers of that era to fake. The calls contain formant frequencies that only large primates can produce. Experts still can't explain them. Why Bigfoot stays hidden? You're probably asking yourself, if they exist, why haven't we caught one? Easy. These creatures, if real, aren't dumb animals. They're intelligent, cautious, nocturnal, and live in some of the densest forests on Earth. The U.S. and Canada have hundreds of thousands of square kilometers of wilderness humans rarely touch. We lose hikers for weeks. Planes disappear. Entire villages have reported giant shadows watching from tree lines. And we think we'd catch a creature that's adapted to this environment for centuries? Let's be serious. Real modern cases, 2000-2024. You want recent? Let's talk recent. 2013 Mississippi trail cam. A massive creature with long arms caught on a hunter's camera. Biologists said it wasn't a bear. Body proportions didn't match. 2015 Alberta highway footage. Truck driver filmed a creature digging through snow near the road. Too tall for a bear, too bulky for a human. 2023 Colorado train sighting. Train passengers filmed a tall, brown figure walking along a mountain ridge. That video had millions of views, and no one could debunk it. Sightings aren't stopping. They're increasing. The truth you didn't want to see. So, now that you've seen all this, the footprints, the DNA, the screams, the thousands of witnesses, the ancient tribal legends, the FBI files, and recent footage. Tell me again, Bigfoot is just a story, because from where I'm standing, the evidence is stacking high, very high. And if even 10% of all these cases are real, that changes everything we know about the natural world. So, what do you think? Still convinced it's just a myth? Or has something inside your mind started whispering, what if? Because sometimes myths are just truths we're not ready for. Write in the comments what topic you want the next video to be about. And subscribe if you want more.